what a night we had here at KSW 91, Liberec, the Czech Republic. We had a full house. They were hanging from the rafters for a night that was so explosive. We had a lot of Czech talent in the ring tonight, but the first three bouts we had were absolutely stupendous, Chris. We had finishes right up until round bout 4, in fact. So just to run over some of the surprises we had, initially, the ladies' fight, that threw up a KSW first because 20 years old played 42 years old, the youngest fighter in the KSW roster against the oldest fighter.
Yeah, that was insane. Chaskova, Chishevska, nobody really knew what was going to happen there, but it was a vintage performance by the younger fighter, and hey, back out on top.
Yeah, well then, way up the card, way further down the line, a big upset here tonight. Henry Fadipe took on Matthias Jorek, and we were really surprised. This was danger. It had peril written all over it. And we knew that both of these guys were capable of just exploding and unleashing Armageddon, but we didn't expect this.
Really good moves from Fadipe to start things off, and I figured that his stand-up style would match up very nicely against Jorek, and Jorek, I think, had some difficulty establishing the jab at first.
Yeah, Fadipe, such an awkward customer, such a really difficult, chaotic opponent, but look at that, he got tagged and he went down, and although he defended, just when he posted his left hand to try and get back up, his right hand was being held and he was punished with the ground and pound. Referee stopped in, and that was the finish. That was just too much, and Fadipe really struggled to support and defend himself both at the same time. So referee calls it off. That was a good win there for Jorek, and that could have been an attritional battle between these two.
Yeah, I agree. A very good stoppage from Gerhard Richter. And I think, Fadipe had some success, but again, just the distance breaking down, and Jorek, man, the fans going nuts. What an atmosphere there for that win.
Hometown boy, hometown hero, Dominic Hurger, serving officer, soldier in the Czech army. He was here with support from the Czech army tonight, and he had to put on a performance. After losing last time out, he took on Adrien Dudek, who had come in as a last-minute replacement. Well, Dudek really put in an awkward and difficult performance. I called him a pest during the fight, and he caused a problem for Dominic Hurger right the way from the get-go. Hurger took a long time to get traction.
Absolutely, and he came in overweight, so we didn't know where the conditioning was. Again, I feel like Dudek took some notes from Michal Michalski. Punched his way into the clinch, really frustrated a few times Hurger, who just wasn't able to use his reach. Really, I think, struggled to find the accuracy that we'd seen in previous fights, but ultimately he was able to make some shifts and some recalculations.
Well, he did that very well because at this point in the second round, he really came into his own, found his rhythm, got the range, and was able to finish Dudek emphatically here. It really was a clinical finish, and not a moment too soon for Hurger. You can see the relief on his face as he finished it and managed to put Dudek away. But Dudek wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. Hurger had to do it emphatically. Thomas Bronda waves it off. Good result there for Hurger. Needed it to come back and get back to winning ways here at KSW.
Yeah, I agree. It had been difficult going out there, losing that undefeated record in a surprising decision. And for Dudek, this was a win-win. Short notice coming in, replacing Jimkowski. He'll be back.
Main event, the interim lightweight title. So many people in this weight division that are after that strap, but it put number 2 and number 3 together. And Leo Brichter took on Valerio Murcia, both toughsters. Leo Brichter, absolute talent, and representing the Czech Republic, he would be the first Czech champion if he'd won. However, the Moldovan challenger, Valerio Murcia, comes in number 2 and does this.
It was an awesome job from both fighters, and it really seemed that Brichter was able to use that game plan in the first round, use the kickboxing, lots of different confusion, but Mircha made the adjustments in the second, moving forward with the wrestling. And that seemed to me the key strategy that worked, especially pushing to the championship rounds. Brichter was frustrated. Yes, he had his moments on the feet, but Mircea was able to secure position in the 4th round, force the back, and eventually get the finish.
Brichter had a lot of results in the stand-up. He made a lot of good connections. They were solid. But I think he just underestimated what he needed to do against a toughster like Matthias. And Matthias was tough. You really had to put a stake through his heart to stop him. But Matthias knew the grappling game would sap Brichter of energy, and over the course we went into the championship rounds, and in 4, well, Matthias was able to get on top and do the business. He got hooked in, and it was only a matter of time before, with the legs hooked in, he would slip that arm round for the rear naked, and he was able to tap him out. I mean, it was thrills and spills all the way. The crowd tonight were absolutely fantastic. They were on their feet, cheering. You never saw so much noise. They really were appreciative of the night's performance. So, there you have it. 93, what a night.